Welcome back in, everybody, to the second game of the second series, and it is going to be cybercats leading the way here up against PuckChamp as we get ourselves into this second
Radiant
game.
team
Cybercats
pick.
coming in with that confidence boost after the first game. PuckChamp looking all right to start off with, but never really hit the ground running. And cybercats, once they did get running, once Alberca got his items out on the Shadow Fiend, once the Batrider started to get those rotations out, it was just easy pickings for the side of
10
cybercats,
seconds
and
remaining.
Alberca taking full advantage of that, going 25-1 with
5
33k net worth
seconds
lead in what,
remaining.
the inside of 40 minutes. Yeah, so really nice farm going on as we get ourselves into this next game, into this next draft. You can see that the Beastmaster's gone. The Broodmother's gone now as well. Lena, as well as the tree being banned out. So what's left that we usually see with that tree being banned? Lesh is there, Rubik's there, Clockwork,
Dire team pick.
Death Prophet. How do I always forget about the Death Prophet? It's PuckChamp. What's the pickup going to be? As a reply, again, Rubik could come through.
10 seconds
Snapfire's
remaining.
there, just these heroes that we see coming out as starters.
5 seconds
Maybe, do
remaining.
we see... we probably don't see an early draw ranger up against the Death Prophet.
Dire team pick.
So yeah, the Rubik comes out, maybe something like a Centaur as well. Quick burst damage heroes with the jump in. Telekinesis, Fade Bolt, Double Edge, and Stomp. Takes down a lot of heroes quickly. So the combo is available if that's what they want to go towards here for PuckChamp.
10
And it's
seconds
not really a
remaining.
risky first phase either, because
Radiant team pick.
you do get the protection. Actually going to go for the Lesh right off the bat. So the Telekinesis into the Split Earth. Centaur could still come out. And again, it's not really a risky pick because the Centaur is a big tanky boy. You have the protection from the Rubik as well. If things start to go south with the Telekinesis, a Stampede. So it's not completely
10
awful
seconds remaining.
if you want a first phase, but they do pick up the Lesh first phase.
5 seconds remaining.
So PuckChamp hoping this one's going to work a little bit better
Radiant
than that last
team
game
back.
where Young G went 4-7. So not amazingly
Dire
impressive, not
team
awful
back.
as well, but not the impact that you expect to come out from the Lesh as the techies from cybercats. Yes, yes, love this. You get yourself if you get, what was the combo? It was mid tiny, and they banned it out the Draw Ranger.
10 seconds Radiant remaining. Team ban.
So maybe they did want to pick that up first phase. But yeah, the Batrider goes for PuckChamp. But if they get a mid, what was it? It was the combo. It was the mid tiny, with the position 4 techies. The tiny got the jump in with the Avatos. And then by the time the toss is coming back down and the stone's going off from the avalanche, you've got the techies jumping in with the blast off. Getting another,
ban.
was it like a 2.5 second silence? Something like that. And once he gets a shard as well, that's another 1.75 seconds on the stun. So you're looking at this hero, it's a lot of burst damage potential. It's just a massive pain in the ass is what it is. Yeah, 1.75 seconds on the blast off stun.
10 seconds remaining.
Once he gets a shard, and the blast off silence
Radiant
is 4
ban.
seconds at level 1. That's ridiculous. I was like, 2.5, 3 seconds, yeah, acceptable. 4 seconds? No wonder Ember Spirits get ripped apart whenever they go for that pick. In that combo. As a Prophet, faces forward in the Slark, ban out. In this next phase, what did PuckChamp want to be taken away? Do they take out, or might be the Ember Spirit actually they take out? Because again, Searing Chain's really good setup from that blast off. You just need something that lets the techies get the jump in.
5 seconds
to do the damage. Some sort of setup stuff. I mean, if you can get it from the trees anyway, it might be good, but then you're at risk of the heroes moving, and no one wants the heroes to move, as they go for the Clockwork. Clock does need to be careful about locking himself down with the hook into the cogs, with these techie bombs flying through the left, right, and center. But for the most part, it's not a bad pickup. Long range engage, a lot of control coming out with the back assault as well as the cogs. Vision hero as well with the rocket flare.
5 seconds
so you can see, if you get it off, you can scout out around the map. You can see the heroes coming or where they're going. And being able to set up for something. Something being a gank. Something being getting aggressive and killing a hero or two. So cybercats, how do they respond to this? What is going to be their answer?
Radiant team pick.
Put them off.
Dire team pick.
Disruptor.
Okay. Yeah, Morph Disruptor is nice. The Disruptor with the kinetic field, it does set up a target there if you catch someone out for that Techie's blast
Radiant
off.
team ban.
Static Storm Silence. Ursula. There's a lot of control. There is a lot of control on the side of PuckChamp, so this might not go as wrong as it usually does for the Ursas. Yeah, Ursas don't usually work. I'm not saying they don't always work, but just usually. There seems to be a lot of control
10
coming out on the other
seconds
side,
remaining.
which there is with the Adaptive Strike. The Disruptor is literally everything that he has.
5 seconds
Techies,
remaining.
stuns, once he gets that shard. Death Prophet even being able to get away with the Spirit Siphon as well. Ursa, even with the stacking damage here.
Dire team
Death
ban.
Prophet and Techies shouldn't have an awful lane up against the Ursa, and it just seems like the Ursas are being kited around. Whether that's going to be the Death Prophet mid or the Death Prophet off, we'll wait and see. Because your PuckChamp
10 seconds
looking
remaining.
for actually banning out the Doom. The Magnus goes.
5
I didn't look at
seconds
that. Just not looked at that from the last phase. So PuckChamp, are they going to be banning off the mid laners, or is it off laners they're looking to take out?
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, Ember. So maybe thinking this is going to be the offlane Death Prophet to come up against the Ursa. Because you don't have a whole lot of kill potential earlier on with the Spirit Siphon. You might have a little bit more with the Battery Salt as well as the Cogs. But the
10
early start from the
seconds
Fury
remaining.
swipes into the Overpower, it's nice, but you don't
5
get, obviously, you don't get
remaining.
the full power right off the bat. So you do need to build up to that power spike. And Death Prophet with the Crypt Swarm and then with the Spirit Siphons might just be able to out-sustain the damage from the Ursa.
Dire team ban.
So they take out the Enigma. This time, cybercats not wanting to let it go. PuckChamp, what do they want to be taken away? Is it still going to be mid laners? Up against the Lesh, could still go for the Tusk. Or could you? Yeah, it's not been banned out.
10
Does all right
seconds
against the
remaining.
Lesh. Again, something like the Queen of Pain,
5 seconds remaining.
with heavy burst damage, able to jump in, get the kill. You would have to worry about the Rubik's Steel and the Sonic Wave, something like that. But the Screams coming in, the extra damage onto the Lesh as well with
Radiant
the dagger.
team pick.
So they ban out the Pango, just something with a little bit more mobility in there. And taking that away. I think the Pango's been banned every single game, to be honest.
Dire team pick.
Invoker.
Okay. So Deafening Blast with the disruption on the Ursa, pushing him away as well as disarming him. Ice Wall for the control, can't run through it. BKB is going to be massively, massively important for this Ursa. I
10
expect it to still be the
seconds
Battle
remaining.
Fury build because that seems to be the only build that the Ursas go for at the minute. Diffuser Blade build
You may now
seems to be a
select
little
your
bit dead.
heroes.
But Tornadoes, EMPs, Deafening Blast, the control that can come out. So Shigetsu needs to be on his A game for this. Yeah, and Cybercats, I like the Invoker pickup. You know, you don't have to really worry about the sustain again. Tornadoes coming through. Youngji has to move out of the path. Does he go for Quas Wax or Quas Exhort on Invoker? I think Quas Wax in this instance might be a little bit better, just to be able to mess with the Lesh in the lane. But still, getting the Sunstrikes, getting the... Because there's a lot of damage in the offlane with Zeneca and Jess V. The blast off into, again, the Spirit Siphon, Crypt Swarm, Sticky Bombs being dropped. So Invoker might risk the Exhort build for the Sunstrikes if he thinks he's confident of getting those, landing those, and finding the kills. As we just wait now to get into game number 2. I'm not even going to give it to anyone. I'm not even going to try and guess who it's going to go to here. You know, both teams, anybody can win this one. I think Cybercats come in with a little bit of a confidence boost, you know, and if they can control this Ursa, then there's no reason they can't take this game. But again, PuckChamp with the Clockwork, the Rubik, the Lash being on the side, a lot of control in these fights. You've got the Lycan to push down the lanes as well. So I'm just looking forward to a good game of Dota, which is a cop-out, but I'm fine with that. We are going to be taking a quick look at a commercial from our sponsors before we jump into the game, though, guys. So here's our sponsors over at EGB. Check it out.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back. As we get ourselves into the second game, we can see here there's a ward gone down on the high ground on the dire side of the map.
Do that, bro, please.
And both teams just got those voice line spams, so they're having a little bit of fun with it. Coming through into the second game of the series. Shigetsu going to be spotted out. They do see where 4 or 5 heroes are. So I wonder if the techies goes for that massive wraparound. Maybe look for the steal.
30 seconds to battle.
Oh, on the rune. There is going to be a ward down that's going to see on the path of the rune. So techies, he just, if you can see on the map there, just coming down, just drops the ward to get the creep camp block. Just close, just on the small camp to make sure the creeps can't get pulled through into the lane. So what's he doing? Is he getting cheeky with it? He's going to be spotted by the ward. Sees this vision rotating, so they know the Death Prophet's on her own. And Shigetsu, it's going to be the 2 for 2. Yeah, Jessie gets that steal off. But they do have the information. Sticky bombs maybe start to rain down on the Ursa. Shigetsu actually turns himself back. In terms of odds, PuckChamp is still favourites, even after that first game. Cybercats 2.4 to 1, and the 1.47 here of PuckChamp. So, yeah, at least coming through at the start of this game, PuckChamp are the favourites. But I mean, they were favourites of the last game there as well, and Cybercats absolutely turned them inside out. Upside down, and sent them crying all the way home. So we'll see what Cybercats are going to be able to do in the second game. Sticky bombs start to rain down, and Shigetsu now as well. Yeah, the creep's doing a little bit of harass damage because he has cleared off the poles there. Jesvi. I mean, the Fairbot comes out. Techies doesn't really rely on that right click damage. He's going to be putting out with the sticky bombs. So while he might not be able to get the full trader with till the end on the top lane, it's still going to be fine for him to throw out these sticky bombs. Get the connection, if they connect, to get them out onto the Rubik. Yeah, just looking at a distance as well. He's going to be able to harass from that distance. Waited out. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Clockwork taking a lot of damage. What did the Disruptor go for? Level 1 actually went for the Glimpse. Now, as always, if you do get that max Glimpse off, it is going to be a little bit more damage than the Thunderstrike. Mana efficiency there as well on that. So you can see that the punishment coming through, but Disruptor, these wolves, they want that Raptor. Or, like, is it a two-legged goat dragon thingy that he's I don't know what this Disruptor's riding. It looks like a two-legged goat with just a long mustache. Or a horned dragon, maybe? Might be a horned dragon. But nobody needs to hear this. Tornado in the mid lane on to Youngji. Youngji taking some harass. And Jessie with the voice line spam coming out. What did he opt for? He went for the Quas Wax here on the Invoker. So he is going to be going towards the Tornadoes, the EMPs, the Cold Snap control. Stacking those up onto Youngji, especially with that EMP onto the... Because Youngji wants to be spamming out these spells. Spamming out the lightnings for the last hits onto the range creeps. Spamming it out the Split Earth just to disrupt onto Chira. And Chira with the EMP. It's going to make this lane a little bit harder for the Lash. Meanwhile, the top lane, back up here. Jesvi, how's he looking? He's got that level 1 in blast off. Level 2 overall. The storm coming out. Sticky bomb. Does it fly through? It does. Shigetsu taking some harass from that now as well. Until the end. Well, even with the Fade Bolt being dropped, Nekis just wants to be a massive pain in the ass. Mid lane, Tornado comes out. But doesn't matter because the Split Earth was already there. Shigetsu just looking to get the free farm back on the top lane, but harassing back the Techies. How's he looking? Yeah, the Earth Shock comes in onto Jesvi. Jesvi could be in a little bit of trouble here with those Fury Swipes stacking up, but Spirit Siphon Telekinesis will stop it in its tracks. Both cores on this lane looking to get a harassy here.
Tied to the impurities.
Bottom lane, how's our burger looking as well? On this morph, 3 minutes in, top of the net worth. Last hit there as well by about 2 or 3. He's actually found 8 denies on the Morphlin as the Adaptive Strike flies through onto the clock. They do get a decent amount of damage here onto this Clockwork. He is being forced back again. That melee support coming in, 2 melee heroes, especially with the 2 ranged heroes on the lanes, just offers a lot of space to get the harass out onto the Clockwork. And the Clock, he's being so punished in this lane. Yo, he is being phased out. You can see the Disruptor coming through with the Thunderbolts as well as the glimpses onto the Clockwork. It's a lot of damage stacking up over not a lot of time. So the Clock has to be really careful about how he plays this game. Mid lane. Shira again. Third in terms of net worth. Going to be able to go over to the water and just get himself some mana back. Just back in this top lane. Not going to be rotating it up though. Not yet. At least Sticky Bomb comes out till the end. Is they're going to be able to blast off in. Spirit Siphon maybe to get slowed down till the end. Taking a lot of damage. And the right click's coming through from Zennaka as well. Well, Techies didn't actually have the mana at the time to go in, but now they might. Shigetsu is only going to be level 3, going to be slowed down. Spirit Siphon tries to get himself away with the Earth Shock. But the Crypt Swarm still finishes the job. So 100% calculated there. They knew the limits. They knew the damage. And Zennaka able to pick up the first blood onto the Ursa of all heroes. Slowing him right down for the next 15 seconds. It's not what you want as an Ursa, bro. It is not what you want at all. So the Ursa right back into lane. This is a master Ursa, by the way. So he knows that hero in and out. Bottom lane. Starting to strike. Did he get the glimpse back? They do. Onto the Clockwork. Those cogs have been dropped. Was the waveform. Not going to come through. And Clock. Well, he's going to get out alive. Still the end. On the top has that clarity cancel, but it looks like they still want to go for this here now. And the damage coming through onto Malik. Malik has to be careful. Again, 2 ranged heroes up against Malik, who wants to step into this lane, even with the wolves. Did they get the drag back? Did they get the kill onto him here now as well? No, cogs do get dropped, and it looks like Clockwork this time at least gets the damage onto the Disruptor. Disruptor can get himself away. The wolves trap him in. They get the kill. Really nice one to secure there. Daniel setting that one up perfectly with the wolves. Just being able to get the body blocks in. No way to get away from that there. And Force Major, he was just caught out and killed off. Alberca, maybe looking for a little bit of regen to be ferried in for him here. Meanwhile, top lane. Telekinesis, it stops the blast off in mid-air. Till the end with those quick fingers. And Ursa thanking his lucky stars, thanking his teammate definitely there. Does that actually put it on cooldown? It does. Because it was technically cast even though he gets caught in mid-air. The blast off doesn't connect. Oh, mid lane, the damage coming through. Do they have the kill onto the Disruptor? It looks like Young G, yeah, they're going to be able to maybe get a double kill out of this now as well. Kira Jr., he was trying to get the kill onto Young G, but Young G, the aggro shifts. The rotation in as well from the Clockwork. And they're able to get a double on that lane. Really nicely picked up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, PuckChamp, good start. Not going to take it away from them. They're having a really good time in the lanes, apart from the Ursula, who's suffering just a little bit thanks to these Spirit Siphons, thanks to these Sticky Bombs. Techies, though, going to be close to out of mana, so maybe going towards those mana boots, but they are going to be a ways away just yet. Has the gold for the boots soon. Yeah, the full mana boot's going to be a ways away here as Jespi going to be chased down, pushed out. Sticky Bomb does get dropped. Blast off over the cliff, onto the cliff. Do they have the vision? They have that ward. They have the damage coming through telekinesis. Young G's going to get the kill with the lightning bolt. Who knew lightning strike and explosions, or, you know, unstable materials would make them explode? Yeah, Young G on the stacks now as well. So he's going to be fine on the farm. Bottom lane, the glimpse comes out onto the Clockwork. I suppose that's going to be another nice one if the hookshot does come in. And it's not, even if it is onto the Disruptor, you're going to have that immediate glimpse back. So even if the hook into the cogs do come down, you know, you do have a ways to at least get the aggro from the Clockwork out of that. How's he looking? Just level 1 on the glimpse. Yeah, level 1 glimpse, all he really needs. It does mean it's a little bit of a longer cooldown. But no real issues on the glimpse. It's only, what, 6 seconds? Yeah, it's not... I mean, you can't get a kill in 6 seconds, so maybe. Invoker, Spirit Vessel to come out even before the Hand of Midas. Even if he wants to go for a Hand of Midas, he might not go for that Hand of Midas. But yeah, Spirit Vessel to come out for the Invoker here. He wants to be able to deal with if that Lesh gets the Bloodstone. Because Lesh doesn't really go for it. He's not a big BKB builder. Not saying he doesn't. He might still go for that, but just being able to use the Spirit Vessel for the amount of regen coming out from the
Radiant's
lifesteal.
bottom tower is under attack.
In fact, no, he changes his mind, and now the cold snap into mid lane with the EMP. Young G is going to take a little bit of punishment. Not a whole lot, but just enough to say that Chira, he's here. And yeah, Chira actually changes his mind. Goes back to the Hand of Midas. Will be actually going towards that Hand of Midas on the Invoker. Shigetsu, how's he looking in the jungle? Still not great here. The lowest of all of the cores. 9 minutes in. Chess takes down the Observer Ward. Yeah, he's got intimate knowledge with that ward. With it being dropped to get the kill while he cliffed himself, couldn't get himself over. Or didn't get himself over, maybe just looking for the cliff TP out, but there was that Observer Ward down, so he will be able to get the free D ward here. Contest through the jungle here though. He's got to be careful, this Clockwork, to chase down from the Morphlin. At least Daniel, he's going to be chased away. So he was trying to steal some XP, it looks like, from Alberca. Alberca with the pig pole and Seeds of Serenity for the Disruptor. It's going to be some nice regen here for the Morphlin. Even Force Majeure finds some soul XP in the river though. It's going to be an engaging EMP comes out. Daniel's going to try and chase down, but the waveform comes out. Sticky Bomb's going to be there, and the clock's going to go down. Alberca's got to be careful. Telekinesis, Strength Morph. No waveform just yet. So he's going to try and get himself away from the walls with the Centaur Stomp. He comes through. Mark's going to be here now as well. The waveform does come out. There's going to be the Connected Field GSV through the Sacrificial Lamb, but he does get the Morphin out. How much pressure can he apply to this tier 1 tower? Seeds of Serenity behind the tier 1. And you can see the Invoker, he's not too far away from that Hand of Midas. In fact, it's not going to be this wave, but the next wave, with this Catapult, it might actually be enough, to be honest. Malik, he takes the tier 1 tower bot and just continues to move in, helps his teammates in the mid lane, looking for that great rotation in with the Centaur. They weren't able to get the kill into the Morphin like they wanted to. But it does set the stage for him to be able to take down, especially with the Wolf scouting through the jungle. Just take the farm away from the Morphin. Force him towards the triangle. Force him towards these non-existent stacks. But the smoke coming through. What was stolen by the Rubik? Actually steals the Crypt Swarm. Okay, that's quite nice. The 1 point in the Arcane Supremacy there as well. So, extra spell amp on that. And Tornado, did he get the catch? Blast off comes through. They might be able to get this kill onto the Lycan. He's going to go down. And you can see that the odds are favouring PuckChamp a little bit more. But now, cybercats, how quickly can they get this game going for the Morphlin? Who wants to go for the Manta style? Yeah, you can see they're not taking any towers. No exorcism being used here from Zennaka just yet. This time, the Spirit Siphon being stolen. We know how deadly those Spirit Siphons can be in the Rubik's hands. There's Ursula. Okay, 12 minutes in. He's got himself the phase boots on the Ursula. Compare that to the Morph. He's sitting, what's that about? 1,500 gold, 1,400 gold higher than the Ursula on the Morph. Falcon's Blade, the Mobbers Mask coming out. Getting close to the Yasha here as well. Meanwhile, the hook shot. It's going to catch out Glimpse. Not going to be able to get the kill onto the Disruptor. Force Majeure. Yeah, easy gap close there with the Rocket Flare. I think a ward down as well, maybe. It might have actually been a Wolf Scout from that one out. So they do get a quick jump in, kill the Disruptor off. Nothing he could do about it. He was just dead. Even with the Glimpse coming out, there was still way too much damage before he did get Glimpse back. DP. Greaves not too far away here for Zennaka. And again, with the Spirit Siphon, with the heals coming out from that Grieve, it could be really hard to take down the Death Prophet. Mid lane, Alberca. Hanging around but not making the jump in, so they might lose this. They are going to lose this tier 1 tower. Sticky Bombs fly through, but with the Acorn, as well as the 2 Wolves being controlled by the Lycan, they just get that tier 1 tower. Yeah, Alberca, how far away in terms of gold is he from that matter though? Like, overall, 450, 600, so he does have the gold for it. Yeah, opts to get the Asher out now. So it will be flying out. 4-man grouping up, 3-man in the smoke. What can they do? Who can they find? They're going to be able to get the cold snap on till the end, looking to maybe try and steal a spell. But that Spirit Siphon though, can't sustain. Can't keep himself alive, and he does keep himself alive long enough for Alberca to come in and get that kill. So, it's not looking bad for the Morph. The Morph is sitting top of that net worth, about 2k ahead of the Ursa. Before the Ursa can get himself towards that Battle Fury, he's still going to be a decent amount of gold away here on the Ursa Burr. About 240 for the Claymore, so about 1,000 gold away from fully completing. It's going to be a little bit of a later one on this Battle Fury, especially if we can get another shutdown, but the mid lane TP coming in from the Rubik. Trying to do what he can to save this mid lane tower here. The Fade Bolt does fly through. Invoker, 1 point into the exhaust, so the Forge Spirit at least will be there. What's he get? Gets himself his own Forge Spirit. Okay. Probably not the spell that he was after, but you take what you give him. Or you can take what you can steal. I don't know, however that Aladdin song goes. Actually, Jess V looking for the stacks in the jungle, those mini stacks. Just getting the farm off. He wants to be able to get himself towards that shard. And... ooh, with the smoke out, who breaks this? Invoker, the hookshot comes in onto him, and he force staff, the glint comes out, but Static Storm connected field. Do you have enough time to get the kill onto the Invoker? Invoker's just going to go for the TP. And Young G, does he look for that setup with the Split Earth? He doesn't now. Force Major going to go for the TP out. Really good Static Storm there. And Lesh getting caught, and it just could not get off the Split Earth. Invoker feels comfortable to go for the TP back to base. And you can see that he's getting close towards that Spirit Vessel now as well. Only going to be 300 gold away from the Invoker Spirit Vessel. Meanwhile, how's Malik doing? What's he looking towards? Helm of the Overlord, I assume? Yeah, recipes on the crew. So, he's going to be taking down the little granite golems, but he's going to be able to, yeah, steal the ancient granite golem, the big one. Tornado comes out. I think he'll get kills for the Ursa level 10. The Enrage can be used almost immediately. And again, 16 minutes in, he's still looking towards that Battle Fury Force, though. Gets the kill onto the Rubik. Hookshot, it's going to be coming in deep onto the Death Prophet, though. Death Prophet pops that Exorcism. He's going to have the Spirit Siphon now as well. And Daniel going to be in a whole lot of trouble with that kinetic field going. In fact, they might even go for more. They're going to be able to get the glimpse back onto the Lycan, but no control. So he does get out alive. They lose both supports, so at least the Battle Fury up for the Ursa. But with that Exorcism going, Cybercat's going to go right into the Roche Pit. Yeah, Invoker, with the Courier going through to the Secret Shop as well, he's going to have that Spirit Vessel. Does he have any charges? Yeah, 2. So if the fight breaks out, he's going to be able to drop that. It's going to be quite nice up against the Lesh. Lesh is coming for a little bit of a longer wraparound here. Does have that Bloodstone, the Glimpse comes back. Daniel going to be pulled back with the Telekinesis right into a connected field. Static Storm. Did they get the kill onto the Lesh even when they get the Ursa? Nowhere near. So they can fight this 4v5 if they want to, but the Glimpse Storm, Force Major is going to be taken down. Sticky Bombs come out. It looks like Cybercats not wanted to fight that out of the Roche Pit. So yeah, even with the Ursa not being there, they don't want to go 4v5 or 5v4.
Regeneration.
Zolberka. How's he looking? There is going to be the Ghost Walk here from Chiro, so he's going to see these units rotating, and Daniel going to be slowed down. So will Young G. No reveal, no dust. No, they don't. So they can't get the pick off of Morphlin. He wants to go straight towards the Skadi after the Manta Style. Manta Style is out as well. So extra protection from that Morphlin with the Manta Style being up. And you can see him again, just top. He's riding the top of the net worth here really comfortably. Ursa trying to do what he can to catch up with the stacks. Moving through the jungle with his Battle Furions now. Wants to go towards the BKB. Do they have enough to get the kill onto the Morphlin once? Waveform comes out, and then the kill gets dropped. Alberca, he's going to be able to get himself away. Actually, did he re-engage onto this Force Major? There's still going to be the glimpse onto the Rubik. Only a mini drag back, though, onto the Disruptor. Look at this bottom lane. Just looking on the map. You can see the techies. He's still pushing out, trying to get himself towards that shard. He does actually get it now. On the tech, he's going towards the 4-staff, but back in the dire jungle, Alberca looking for that farm. He's looking for the pickups. Is he going to get a pick off and not just pick up some farm? She gets her down on the bottom lane. It will be shown, but Jess V Probably not going to be the solo dive from the techies, even if he is pretty powerful. It looks like cybercats, they want to keep the pressure onto the top lane. And they know that if they leave a lane, the Lycan can push it in. He can take towers in seconds. So they've got the techies to push out the bottom lane. Rocket Flare does come in though. You want to try and make a dive happen. Alberca again still has that Aegis. The Electricity comes out onto him now as well. Sees the Serenity. No Rocket Flare to pop that, even after he morphs down to such low health. So he's going to get some sustain from this. The Mormon Mask as well to heal up with the lifesteal. Yeah, what can we do? Exorcism is going to be popped. There isn't going to be a fortification. The glimpse back. Alberca taking some damage, but he has that alacrity. Should be able to take down this tier 2. Yeah, with the exorcism going. Even with that fade ball, it doesn't connect, and now they're even going to be able to rotate in. Did they catch out onto Malik? Because JSV is going to be here. He has that shard. Was that blast off? Malik trying to get himself away from this. Actually, the Wolf's coming through with that Ancient Granite Golem now as well. A lot of damage, but the drag back here with the connect field. There's going to be the static storm. The waveform comes in. Can they get the kill onto Lycan? Lycan not going to be able to he's not going to be able to get himself away from that, and he's not going to be liking that either. They do get the kill. Even the Philosopher's Stone being found. Nice little boosty bonus there from the Death Prophet. Do you give that over? You probably give that over to the techies, yeah, because, I mean, he can use the shovel when he's back alive, but for the most part, his right-click damage isn't anything to do with his kit. The damage coming through from the proximity mines, the damage coming through from the blast off and the sticky bomb, that's all the damage you need. And the extra, what's it going to be now, 48 damage from the right-clicks. That's just, it's a little bit of a, it's an addition. But Techie's not known for his right-clicks. Two-man smoke coming through here from the techies and the Invoker.
Tower is under attack.
As you can see on our lovely graphic at the top bar there, to see those two heroes smoked up. Actually, the scan's going to be used here from the Radiant. You can see them moving through. Was that blast off? Scan goes green to JSV. He was wiggling. He was like a cat. You know when they go for the wiggle before they get the pounce off? He was in full wiggle mode there. So now it's PuckChamp's turn to respond. They're going to go for a 5-man smoke rotation. They have that BKB out for the Lesh. BKB out for the Ursa. What can they do? Zeneca gets himself away. Yeah, get those D-wards off. So now they have an idea. Cybercats. How long's left on the Aegis? 14 seconds. So Alberca just using this Aegis to farm up. Make sure that they can farm uncontested without being killed here. HSV just doing some warding, doing some mining. Yeah, Young G has that BKB. That's going to be nice for the initial Spirit Vessel charge from the Invoker. And the Invoker would have to wait that out. The BKB before he drops it. So by the time it does come off cooldown, the BKB, the Bloodstone's going to be doing what it was meant for. With this lifesteal here, Zeneca coming through Young G with the Diabolic Edict. But the TPs, they might actually try and fight this now. Young G, what can they do? Shadow Wall coming through from Chira. Chira's going to be pretty quick. They do see him. The Forge Spirit's going to be up here. They have the reveal of the Death Prophet. Going to be caught out. The hookshot comes in. Did they get the kill? The waveform here. Static Stone Kinetic Field comes out with the Force Staff before the Kinetic Field's up. So at least the Clockwork gets out. Zeneca trying to do what he can with that Spirit Siphon. The Split Earth doesn't connect. And Young G, that's going to be his BKB down. Do they get the dive? In fact, the Wolves are going to be able to get the chase in. Malik carries on going now as well. They get the kill onto JSV after the blast off. And Malik, he wants to run through with the waveform. Alberca gets the kill with the Adaptive Strike. They do lose 3 though. So PuckChamp wants to chase in Chira Jr. to get the reveal with the dust. And the lockdown onto the Invoker. Good kill from the side of PuckChamp. Really good kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, you can see that all 3 of the cores on the side of PuckChamp stacking up for the damage to find these kills. JSV, even with the diving, the blast off damage into a proximity mine just wasn't doing anything. With those BKBs down, in fact, no, the Ursa didn't even use this. So was it just the Lesh? I think it was just the Lesh that used its BKB. They did lose the Lycan. So again, not going to be chuffed with that, but if they can get 3 heroes for a Lycan every time, PuckChamp more than going to take that trade. Just force majeure. Looking towards that force staff. How's he doing the Ursa? He's caught all the way up to this this Morphin now. Look at it. The gap was about 2-3k between them both, and with the, after that fight, just steamrolls himself up the table. But Morph. Is that the full coming on the courier? It is. That's a full Skadi. Invoker trying to do the best he can to push his top lane out. Meteor just trying to keep the pressure off. They did lose the tier 2. So, are they going to go for smoke now? They need to. I mean, Roshan, if they've got these timings down. Let's see how far the big man is off respawning. 10 seconds at least before Roshan's back up. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be one of the, well, it's not the 3 minutes, but it is one of the longest, over 2 minutes on this respawn. So even if cybercats get a pick off here in the smoke, which the glimpse comes back, they have a lockdown connected field, they're going to be able to go in the full snap now as well, and this is going to be another wolf being slain. If you get a double split earth though, do they just follow up connected field? It's not going to be there anymore, so the static storm, they can just walk themselves out of it. Shigetsu had the BKB anyway now. This is going to be an absolute disaster for the side of cybercats. They're going to lose 3. Do they lose 4? Alberca, look at the TPs. Close. The clockwork not able to disrupt that TP. So again, that was their smoke. They get a jump onto the Lycan and they still lose 3 heroes. That's big for PuckChamp. Again, if they can just keep winning these fights, keeping the side of cybercats down like this. Yo, it is going to be harder for them to take objectives now. Looking towards the Roshan, minute and 18, but they've just lost another fight. They've just given another power spike over to the side of PuckChamp. A little bit more gold. And they might even look for it towards a pickoff onto the Invoker. Where's that shapeshift? 30 seconds away. So not going to have the chase down potential. And yeah, Chira going to go for the TP out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, techies just planting these mines here. The wards are down. They're going to see force majeure. They've got no vision back, so the glimmer kept coming in. Actually, Rubik, does he get a steal in telekinesis? What does he steal? He actually steals the static storm. He didn't use a thunderstrike. Really? Maybe just losing track after he died of what spells he'd used, but giving up a static storm to the Rubik with the spell amp, with the telekinesis for the lockdown as well. That's a big deal, especially when you've got an Invoker, when you've got a Morphin on your side that wants to be using the spells in the middle of these fights. If they're just going to be relegated to right clicks, Morphin might be okay. But yeah, Invoker, Death Prophet, this static storm could be absolutely deadly for them. Morph at least continues to farm up. Yeah, you can see here, they've started the Roche. And cybercats can't contest into this. So this is going to be the shard going away if Shigetsu now as well. Oh, what's up with the Aegis? Shigetsu! Do they actually want to fight into this? Now, Young G is just going for the D-Ward, and it looks like everybody's from the side of PuckChamp backing themselves away. So yeah, cybercats, they need to stick themselves away. They need to move as far away from the side of PuckChamp because PuckChamp are looking for a fight. They're grouping up. Where's the smoke? 1 second away. They're going to go for it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
At least they get a bottom tier 1. That's nice.
Radiant's top
3
tower
heroes
is under
from the
attack.
side of PuckChamp
Dire's
though.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
What are they going to be able to find? Death Prophet on his own. Was that hookshot smoke break? Is there going to be anyone? The full staff comes out. Zenica, Rocket Flare though, he's looking to try and just body block from Young G. Just make sure there's no room, but the TP is going to be there in time. The hookshot, it comes in the last half of a second, last 10th of a second. Zenica, he's not going to get himself out alive. He gets the absolute disgusting angle there, Daniel, to get that kill. What level's the clock as well? Level 13, so it's only the 2 points, so 45 seconds cooldown on the hookshot. Again, not the biggest. The damage coming through the force major with the Fury swipes. Tornado. Malik, does he want to be coming through the BKB? He gets popped from the Ursa. They might try and go into the Techies. The Techies with the Force Staff. He is going to whiff it, and now they've got the lockdown. The Static Storm again with that telekinesis and Morphling, trying to do his best, but the Split Earth comes out. The Manta Style dodge. Does he get himself away from this one? The Kinetic Field, he might try and turn himself around, but the Waveform, he just wants to get himself away. Yeah, even the Earth hook down to the low ground, and the hook. This time it won't connect. Has that Scepter as well, so he has the stat stealing. What's that? 19 strength, 14 agility, 9 intelligence, and 70 attack speed. Alberca, it just feels like he's just constantly like, I just need the next item, I just need the next item, I just need the next item. And cybercats, they haven't won a fight in a good long time here. Especially with the Ursa, you can see that he's got the Abyssal Blade up, the Aegis coming through. Blink wants to go towards a Desolator. Evoker, you just need to leave, mate.
Illusion.
You need to skedoodle. Skedaddle? Skedaddle. Skedoodle is something else. I don't know what it is, but I know it is something else. So, yeah, Alberca just continues to split push. He's not joining in with the rest of his team. He's just looking for the push out, looking for the farm. But I mean, even if he goes into this butterfly, what you're looking at over the next 5 minutes or so to find the farm. PuckChamp can do so much damage in this next 5 minutes if Alberca doesn't jump in. In fact, Alberca's going to be ripped down. The Fury swipes the Abyssal Blade, even with the Strength Morph coming through. There's going to be the Breathe Fire, the Fireball coming through from the Black Dragon. And Alberca was that waveform down to the low ground, trying to get himself away. The Tornado connects. They might try and make something happen with the Kinetic Field, though. Kinetic Field stolen. Force Staff comes through. Shigetsu just walks out. BKB. Hookshot doesn't connect. Everything to get Alberca out of this. They're committing everything now. The BKB was off onto the Earth. The backline still has that Aegis, so he just changes targets in Zeneca. He's going to go down the blast off another Kinetic Field, but he just traps Techies in with 3 heroes. And Alberca, you need to make your mind up, mate. In or out. This is not the hokey cokey. The Fury swipes again. Just rips through. And Shigetsu, it's going to be 3 heroes dead, no buyback. Abyssal Blade comes through now onto the Invoker with the BKB wearing off. What damage can he do? Was that Earthshock? Doesn't have the mana for it. He might just go back for the towers. Creeps at least is the blessing for the side of Cybercats. Those creeps aren't pushed in anywhere closer towards the top tier 3. Yeah, and it just seems like every fight. I mean, that was Alberca being caught out of position, and they're not sure whether to go in or whether he wants to just run himself away. Eventually does get caught out and killed off. But his team blew everything for that fight. And they got nothing out of it. Not even a single pickup. Not even the Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And now,
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Cybercats, he might even lose the lane of ranks. Yeah, they're going to lose that melee, which means the lanes will push in. That mid lane will push in. And now PuckChamp can back themselves away. Even just getting the less TP out, just go towards that bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So,
attack.
tier 2 tower. How does Cybercats want to do this? Alberca's back alive.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A loss so small.
Aegis gets reclaimed. Do they have the time on this though? 4 heroes on the back line from PuckChamp. They're going to be able to go into Force Major. Force Major, he drops the Kinetic Field, Static Storm. But it doesn't matter with the damage coming through from Malik. He just rips through the Disruptor now. And now they're chasing to JSV. They can just do so much damage. Even with the Spirit Siphon coming through, they might be able to get the kill onto the Ursa. The Ursa just drops the Enrage. Gem on the deck. Can they get the kill? Spirit Siphon still trying to do the damage here onto the Ursa. The Ursa Berry still surviving through this. He might be able to get himself away. No, the Glimmer Cave. It doesn't keep him alive, but Zeneca, he might lose his life for this. The telekinesis, the lift up, the drag back. And yeah, this is going to be everything being torn away from the side of Cybercats. And all that for the Ursa kill. And now, even without the Ursa Burr for the next 70 seconds, he did buy out for that Chrysalis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Young
attack.
G stepping up. There's no Morphin for the next 30 seconds. It's going to be another lane of racks.
Radiant's bottom
There's going to be
tower
nothing
has
that
fallen.
Cybercats can do to stop this
Radiant's
push, and they're just going to call
bottom
GG.
barracks are under attack.
30 minutes in, they know it's over. They
Has
know they
fallen.
can't win a
Radiant's
fight.
bottom barracks has fallen.
And
Radiant's top
Ursa,
tower
even with the amount of control that he has, the rest of his team just doing so much to keep him alive, keep this game going. And they pull it through in the end. 33 minutes, 28 kills, and a 24k net worth lead. Cybercats just could not find the fights. And it's been spoken about so often that Disruptor and Techies feel like great heroes. When you're ahead, you're doing the damage, you're finding the kills. The Techies feels amazing. The Disruptor feels amazing to have. But when you're on the back lines like that, when you're being jumped by the Clockwork, when you're having the Rubik lift you up, control you when the Lycan's chasing you down, and you're on the back foot constantly, the Disruptor, it just feels terrible. It feels absolutely worthless. And not to put that on Force, because Force was trying his best. It is just on the hero. And Cybercats, they just could not get going. Every time they got to jump in, Alberca, he was just trying to do as much damage as he could, but the sustain from the side of PuckChamp was just enough to keep him alive. And even with the early shutdown of the Ursa just gets back into the game. And Cybercats, they couldn't get running in the second one, and PuckChamp with a more than convincing victory here. Splitting the kills as well. So, guys, that is going to be the second game. We're going to go through to all 3 games in this second series of the day. The first, we are going to be taking a pause. We'll see you after this break.